Moxie's in the house and ready for another reaction video. Now the video I'm about to react to has been brought to us by none other than Slaptanium. Great channel, be sure to check him out. He does excellent creepy He does excellent creepy work just like this. And what we're about to see here by Slaptam is scary pictures that will haunt your dreams. Well, I'll be the judge of that. So let's have fun and get this very creepy party started. So without further ado, let's have fun and let's go.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slaptam. The following scary images are leaving people on edge. But as always, before we dive in, remember to hit that subscribe button for more creepy content just like this. Abandoned houses are fun to explore for many, thanks to the potential treasures and interesting sights that can be found inside. Reddit user Akamanus decided to see what could be discovered in an abandoned house on the beach, but wound up seeing much more than he bargained for. In the picture, viewers can see an empty room with dirty walls, a floor and a ceiling. In the centre of the photograph is an open window that initially seems to give in to another dark room, though there's what looks to be a grey shape in the back of the room.
Wait a second, that looks like a face. Yeah, it definitely looks like a face.
When viewers zoom in, they suddenly get a clearer view of that shape. It seems to be an eerie grey face with dark eyes looking into the distance. Commentators on the Reddit post went wild with theories as to what the grey face may be. Some noted a resemblance to Japanese demon face masks, while others remarked that the figure looks like some famous television or movie characters. The original poster suggested that the figure could simply be an object that resembles a human face, though most commentators agree that seeing this side in person would have certainly been enough to nope on out of there. Visiting locations rich in history, especially going back to prehistoric times, is a thrill for many. The number of exciting events or happenings that may have occurred in these areas make for plenty of interesting stories and memories. At the same time, ancient places have the potential to showcase things or figures that aren't expected, such as with Reddit user Motorbiker 1985's photo taken in a ruin in Scotland. The black and white photograph shows a ruin with an open window frame in the middle.
Okay, now that's undisputable. That is definitely a face. No question about it. You could have disputed the other one, but you can't dispute this one. That is way too detailed just to be a trick of the light. Yep, that's definitely a face.
Below the window, we can immediately see what appears to be a normal human face, though upon closer inspection, we can see that the figure's skin seems slightly transparent, and a mist appears to surround him or her. Viewers can also see that the figure is not connected to a body. Reddit user Motorbiker 1985 snapped this picture near a prehistoric burial ground, a common hotspot for ghosts, spirits, or otherworldly entities. He remains positive that this picture is not a case of double exposure, as the clarity of the face is quite sharp. Some other Reddit users brought up the possibility of it simply being another person.
And it's honestly very impressive. Do you know how much energy it takes for a spirit to reveal himself even on film? I can only imagine. Just saying, it's actually very impressive how this stuff happens. Just saying.
Still, others pointed out that this isn't possible as there's no body to match the face. So, could this be a complicated trick from the camera, or could this entity be someone visiting from beyond the grave? There are abandoned buildings, and then there are abandoned psych wards. Psychiatric hospitals that have been stranded are a popular destination for ghost hunters and other curious individuals alike, due to the history of what once went on behind the walls. From old school psychiatric medical treatments to the housing of the insane or even criminally insane, there's plenty to be found in an abandoned psych ward, as Reddit user Quay's photographer proves. In this picture, viewers can see what looks to be a large grey wall with some graffiti scribbled on top. To the left is where the real creepiness begins. Standing behind the wall is what looks to be a child whose face is distorted.
What the frickin'? If you're wondering what's whining in the background, that's one of my cats. She's in heat at the moment. But besides that, what the hell? Yep, that's definitely a child, but its face is partially messed up. I mean, whoa. And is it me or is this child wearing a suit? Just judging here, but besides that, let's keep going.
Though viewers can make out hair in front of some eyes, a sly smile, and a type of formal school uniform. The figure appears to be looking right in the direction of the camera. The picture was taken in the nurses' quarters of the abandoned psych ward, with the original photographer claiming the child was not with his group and stating that there were no other visitors when they were there. Some other viewers of the photograph believe that the photographer may have unsuspectingly snapped a photo of a sneaky child who moved quickly away from the shot. In contrast, other users are thrown off by the face distortion, claiming it has to be a ghost. Either way, the sly smile given by the figure is enough to give anyone the chills.
I think the spirit's just happy for someone alive to even be there.
Family pictures are supposed to be an opportunity to capture a loving, special moment between relatives that they can cherish forever. Unfortunately, not all family pictures portray just happy moments, with some photos capturing something unpleasant altogether, like in Reddit user Anesthetic Pathetic's photo. Viewers first see two young girls hugging each other, presumably in a kitchen or other living space. To the right of the girls, we see a hallway that gets much more frightful with a zoom in. Here, viewers can see what looks to be a ghostly figure with a face that resembles a skull looking at the girls. The photo's original
Yeah, get your kids out of there and call your local exorcist.
poster claims that she often suffered from night terrors while living in this house, and blames the ghostly woman captured here as their cause. Some Reddit users believe the woman...
I will admit, I've had some vivid dreams that my family's disregarded. I mean, I can usually tell when a dream I'm having is a dream and when it's something else. Just saying. Don't know if anybody in the comment section understands that, or maybe it's just me. But besides that, let's keep going.
is a ghost, while others believe the figure is an aura of some sort. Though what the figure exactly is not clear, it's very understandable how such a presence can cause the worst of nightmares. With the region stemming back hundreds of thousands of years and many civilizations, it's no wonder that Italy is filled with supposedly haunted areas. Some of the most haunted places are castles that were initially constructed hundreds of years ago, including the infamous castle of Monclieri. Reddit user Makis Fatchum shared one eerie picture taken in the castle by a Carabinieri officer that has many internet users both puzzled and creeped out. In the picture, viewers see what looks like a long hallway leading to a room in the back, with one woman walking towards the end of the hall. To the left of the door of the room at the end stands a mysterious figure that appears to be wearing grey clothing, has a white face, and is looking dead on at the camera. The first structure of what eventually would turn into Monclieri Castle was built in the year 1100. It wasn't until the 1500s that the structure was turned into a castle, where it went on to see plenty of royal and historical figures. As the castle's history extends so far back, many who see the picture don't doubt that this figure could be a ghost or spirit who continues to live on in the castle to this very day. Love to get your thoughts on this mysterious figure in the comments section below. Children are a source of joy for many around the world, with their laughter and play infectious to those around them. But what about when the joy is replaced by fear? Reddit user Uncle Hobbs provided a picture that may show the latter. The picture shows a young boy whose face has been blurred out, looking at the camera. Right above him is a bone-chilling, translucent, yellowish presence with 2 eyes, a nose and a mouth looking at the camera. Many photography enthusiasts chimed in, believing that this photo is simply a case of double exposure or motion blur caused by the camera. Still, other commenters state that the figure looks...
No offense, I've seen motion blur. I've taken pictures before. That's no motion blur. If it was, it would somewhat look like the kid. That looks nothing like the kid.
like an entity that has attached itself onto the young child. Either way, the presence of the additional figure is certainly not something to be joyous about. Sometimes we don't even realise something's off or scary about a picture until much later on after giving it another look. That's exactly what happened to Reddit user Sketchnote Sky when her sister sent her an old picture with something unrecognisable and terrifying in the background. A young girl sits at a table in the picture, putting some food in her mouth and looking into the camera. Behind her sits the kitchen, dark with no lights on. Right above and behind the girl, viewers can make out a strange black mass. The head of the body is particularly frightening, as viewers can see a white, misshapen face with holes where the eyes should be. The general consensus of the figure in this picture is that it's simply a mix of different pots and pans bunched together, giving the effect of an eerie figure.
Okay, wait a flipping second. What type of pot or pan could make that? That's kind of reaching. No offense, but to me that actually is a ghost. I mean, just saying, no amount of pots or pans or cutlery could make that face. But besides that...
Others suggested a balloon, a cookie jar, a clock, and even a cat. Still, others were reminded of certain movie characters, such as Jason from Friday the 13th, or even the Scream mask. Could this simply be a case of objects caught strangely in the background? Or could this be a sinister entity making a surprise appearance? For most horror lovers, ghost tours are typically seen as a tourist trap, with genuine ghostly sightings a rarity. Tourist David Duran expected more or less of the same, on a visit to Savannah's Sorrelweed House, where suicide and murder have run rampant. While his initial trip proved to be disappointing, the next day, checking the photos he took on the tour, brought his experience into an entirely new, horrifying light. In the first photo Duran took, we see a mirror with other tourists taking pictures of it, as the mirror is supposedly haunted. Nothing looks particularly abnormal in the photograph, along with the second picture, which is overexposed. It's the third photograph that viewers get a glimpse of something goosebump-worthy. The tourists in the picture's right-hand side have turned away from the mirror, but one figure's reflection seems to remain. The figure looks to be a young man who is tall, lanky, and looking into the camera. Duran explained that the young man reflected in the mirror was not part of the tour group, with his attire looking something like it could have been found in another century. He had checked the timestamps with other members of the group, and none had recalled seeing the man on the tour or in any other picture either. After some research, Duran discovered that the Sorrelweed House is located near an area where a bloody battle occurred during the American Revolutionary War. Could this figure be a ghost of a soldier who has remained forever trapped here on Earth? The owners of Sorrelweed House are investigating the image, as are several other paranormal specialists. The general consensus seems to be that this is indeed evidence of a ghost.
Yeah, no shit.
Moving into a new home is supposed to be an exciting time for any new homeowner. But for Reddit user Stretch a Smile, this exciting time turned into pure fear, thanks to a photo they shared. In the photo, viewers see a hallway that leads to a bedroom with an open door. From the doorway, viewers can see a frightening sight, what looks to be a face peeking out from behind the doorway that looks greyish in colour with black hair. The picture was enough to prevent the original poster from moving into the new home. Many of the comments on the photo agree that the site is creepy, agreeing that they wouldn't want to move into the potentially haunted residence either. Not all who move into a new home know of any potential hauntings, so maybe this Reddit user should consider themselves one of the lucky ones. Before we take a look at a truly terrifying photo, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and mysterious videos. Also, remember to click that like button.
Okay, please don't do that. Please not ASMR.
Parties are made for good times, with pictures capturing the best moments possible. Unluckily for Reddit user Get in My Van 444's uncle, one party picture captured something far more sinister. Viewers see a man on the left standing in front of a TV in the back.
Lord help us all. What the fuck is that? That's definitely a ghost. But it kind of vaguely reminds me of, has anybody ever seen the horror movie with Bruce Campbell, Evil Dead, and also Evil Dead 2: An Army of Darkness? Well, this woman kind of looks like one of those Deadites. Like, what the hell? If I saw that, the first thing I would do is I would just lock up the room, put a board in front of it, and pretend like it never existed. Or either just move out entirely. What the frickin' fuck? Yes, I said it. I think I have a right to after seeing that. But besides that, let's keep going.
TV screen, viewers can see the reflection of the light of the camera, as well as something much stranger. On the right side of the TV looks to be a figure of an older woman, with large dark eyes looking exactly into the camera. Viewers of the picture have had plenty to say about it. Some noted that older TVs have image burns, with images from the TV still lingering even after the TV's turned off. Other viewers were puzzled by the position of the old woman, as her reflection is large and would require someone to stand close enough to the TV to capture it. Could this be explained by an image burn, or is this indeed something from the afterlife?
Is it wrong for me to assume it looks like her eyes are just missing, like they've been cut out? Like, I don't even see eyes. Just saying, that's what it looks like to me.
Making contact.
If you want to see some more freaky photos, then check out that link on the top there. Otherwise, this creepy playlist here will keep you entertained for hours and hours. Leave us a comment down below which one of these photos you thought was the weirdest or scariest. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.
Well, I have to say, I definitely enjoyed that. Most of those photos did creep me out greatly. Especially that last one. What the frick? But besides that, I'm just saying, Slaptam does awesome work. Just saying, I love creepy content, as if you already knew. But I'm just saying, Slaptam does awesome work finding these things. I'm just saying, awesome. Be sure to check out his channel. He does excellent work. But besides that, also, if you guys have anything creepy you think will scare the frick out of me, be sure to recommend it in the description down below. I'm just saying. And also, just saying. That's just me being honest. But besides that, also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, Moxie Reactions Plus Gameplays, which is the name now. But besides that, also be sure to check out my BitChute channel. Link will be in the description. And I hope you all have a nice tremendous day, and hope you all take care. But I'm just saying, that was definitely creepy. And without further ado, 1, 2, 3.